Uh, so, obviously, this is fake news. Mm. Today, we are looking at our future, which is going to be incredible. So, let's make our planet great again.
Thank you, I guess. Okay. Hey, welcome to my channel. My name is Matthew, and today we are starting a 3-part video series about our future. In this first video, I will give you a brief overview of new and upcoming technologies and how they will affect society in the very near future. In order to keep this video short, I will not explain how these new technologies work or go into much detail about the technical aspects. I will merely provide the information about what is coming and how it will affect our very near future. What you are going to hear and see in this video is not me daydreaming, but is actual profound research. I mainly used the book The Future is Coming Faster Than You Think from Peter H. Diamandis and Stephen Kotler, who both are best-selling authors. They work closely with research institutes and the newest tech startups and have been doing so for decades. In this book, they accumulated over 1,000 sources and their personal experiences to summarize what new technologies, threats, and solutions we all can expect over the next couple of decades. Before new technologies really impact our lives, they usually undergo a maturing process. For example, when the smartphone entered our lives, it was still very expensive, clunky, and very limited compared to our devices today. On its way of maturing, it overcame the skepticism of people, started demonetizing and dematerializing more and more other products and services, all while becoming better, faster, more efficient, and cheaper. And now it is available to most people on the planet. If you apply this growth cycle to upcoming technologies, you can get a glimpse of how much everything is about to change, as it will only get faster. And now let's take a look at 10 new breakthrough technologies that are still in very early stages or have already started to disrupt our way of living. Quantum computing. While this is not yet a stable technology, Google recently announced they successfully assembled a prototype that is 100 million times faster than classic computers. On Rigetti.com you can already run your own software on a quantum computer. Artificial intelligence. It is already here, but it will continue to disrupt the job market significantly over the next decade, including jobs in manufacturing, data clerics, assistants, drivers, security, cashiers, teachers, advertisement, and many more. Robotics. They are being developed and tested already, as we see a rapid decline in people willing to do certain jobs. For example, dangerous jobs or taking care of the older growing population. This area is also very beneficial for people with disabilities, as we now already have some great prosthetics that can even be controlled with your mind and provide touch sensation. Material science. Through the help of improving AI and faster calculating power like the quantum computer, we are already at a stage where programs can provide the best shape and material for any given product. This will only get better in the future with possible new chemical bonds. Nanotechnology. With that being said, we are also entering the really small realms of nanotechnology. Machines that supposedly will be able to build any material out of any other material as they are operating on atom level. Biotechnology. As we are already able to sequence the human genome, your DNA, companies like Illumina are promising to accomplish this in an hour for $100 within the next couple of years. So in the near future, we will be able to design medicine specifically for your DNA, just replacing a simple base pair for another. Ethical discussions are inevitable as we are heading towards the possibility to design us human beings like in any RPG. Networks and sensors. Over the next 5 years, it is expected that roughly 4 billion more people will go online through the power of stratospheric balloons and satellites, providing internet everywhere on the planet. And with that, it is expected over the next decade that everything that can be measured will be measured. Talking about rings on your finger measuring your health, and sensors on farmland measuring moisture in soil, air, and much more. 3D printing. From printing food, to transplant organs, to houses, to spaceships. It is already happening, and it will accelerate drastically over the next 10 years. Augmented reality and virtual reality. The most commonly known examples would probably be Pokemon Go and Oculus Rift. And while these were nice toys, we are already heading towards a far bigger implementation into our everyday life. Concerning VR, in 2018, for example, a team 3D scanned the tomb of Nefertari, which is close to preserve the relics. But now you can take a virtual reality tour and through deepfake technology even make Nefertari herself your personal guide. And our current situation on the planet with home office and lockdowns will only further accelerate this process. If you heard about Google Glass or Pokemon Go, you already know a little bit about augmented reality. And this area is expected to hit a market of at least $133 billion soon, with ideas ranging from virtual advertisement to being able to use a digital currency through augmented reality. Talking about digital currency, we have to look at cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, which started at around $100 a couple of years ago and are now worth around $9,500. Experts' predictions range from $100,000 to $500,000 per single Bitcoin, due to its nature of being finite. And whether or not this is true or governments will come up with their own digital currency, like Sweden is currently testing, it is pretty certain even if cash will still play a role in the future, digital currencies are on the rise. And if these new technologies are starting to converge, for example, if you take quantum computing and artificial intelligence and merge them together with material science, then we really enter a new era of discoveries in basically any R&D area there is. And I don't think we can comprehend how fast this will play out, because in the future, when the internet is available worldwide, this will also lead to more people having access to education, which will then lead to more geniuses like the Einsteins and Teslas of our generation. Combine that with the researches of David Sinclair, who sees aging as a sickness and recently was able to reverse the age of mice, making them younger and healthier again by adding a certain protein and its key regulator. Human testing has begun and is showing positive results, meaning we could soon stay young and healthy way longer until the age of 100 or even 150 years. So more time to be creative and productive, plus we have better communication, more monetization possibilities thanks to crowdfunding and more. So there really are a lot of factors significantly accelerating the process of our evolution at the moment. So with that in mind, let's daydream a little and look at 10 different sci-fi movies and what could soon be our everyday reality. Flying cars, like in The Fifth Element. Well, they already exist and are scheduled to hit the market within the next 5 years. Problems right now are still all sorts of regulations. Virtual reality, as in Ready Player One? Seeing, hearing, and moving around are already possible. Touch sensing will catch up, so definitely yes. Healing base, like in Elysium. As soon as quantum computing is stable and converges with AI, nano, and biotechnology, this is very likely to be possible. However, until something like this hits the market and is affordable, will probably at least take another 15 to 20 years. Hologram, like in The Return of the First Avenger. Many companies already filed a patent for holograms, so you can be assured it is being developed and might replace Zoom or Skype meetings in the very near future. Jarvis AI, like in Iron Man. Well, you know Alexa and Siri? Add in the fact these AIs are improving and learning constantly and might soon make giant jumps with quantum computing. So yes, definitely possible very soon. Instant food on demand machine, like in The Fifth Element. Well, As we are already printing out food, it is very likely, but might probably not hit private homes for another 10 to 15 years. Personal assistant bots like in iRobot? Same here. These are already in the making and different versions exist and are being tested over and over. With AI, material science, nanotechnology and quantum computing converging, this might take giant leaps over the next decade. So definitely a possible scenario from 2030 onwards. Augmented reality simulation like in the Orville? This would be the next step after virtual reality, but it is probably still a little bit further away. First we need a way to successfully create a 3D holographic environment, and then we have to add in sensors and recipients to simulate sense of touch and smell. Avatar bodies like in Avatar? Mind control already is being developed and early positive results exist. With nanotech, sensors, quantum computing and global networks, this is also a possible scenario and could potentially be used for dangerous jobs. That or mech suits that are being developed as well, and they might also be available a little sooner. Colonizing Mars like in The Martian. Well, Elon Musk plans to achieve that goal by 2050. Landing the first people on Mars in 2030. With his company SpaceX, he's planning to eventually outsource the manufacturing process to the moon, 3D printing his rockets there, and due to lesser gravity they can transport more fuel during liftoff to make the long journey. However, until then we might have discovered better and more sustainable sources of energy. So can you imagine living in a world like that? Write your thoughts down in the comments. What's the one thing that shocked you the most? And what's the one thing you cannot await to become reality? So this video was just a very short overview of what new technologies are coming, and in the next video we will take a look at how these technologies might actually be able to solve some of the threats that we are facing in the very near future. We are talking about pollution, climate change, overpopulation, and technological unemployment. In case you are a little overwhelmed now in terms of finding your place in that crazy new world, be sure to check out next week's video that is about finding purpose. I believe it will be very helpful for you to really make up your mind and follow your desires. If you got value out of this, please leave a like and subscribe. And with that being said, I wish you a wonderful time and see you next week.
Did I show you my dancing skills? Oh, am I in focus? Yeah, of course. Of course. Nobody's more focused than I am. It's the best channel on the internet because I'm on it. Are we done? Was this amazing? Yes. No. Yes.